Hello, and welcome to Focus Forward with Dr. Beasley. Tools for your brain, your goals, your life. If you're a teen who's ever stared at a piece of homework for hours and still not gotten started, or if you're a parent who's watched your teen do exactly that, then you're in the right place. In this video, I'll explain what's really going on behind procrastination and how we can work with your brain, not against it, to move forward with less stress. Now, to the frustrated parent or to the overwhelmed teen, procrastination can look a lot like laziness, but most of the time, it's not about motivation or willpower. Teens want to succeed. What you're seeing is usually a sign that something in the brain's executive function system needs support. Executive functioning is your brain's ability to plan, prioritize, focus, and manage emotions. One key part is task initiation, just being able to start. If you're a teen struggling with this, or a parent watching it happen, it might feel like they're not even trying. But in reality, the brain is stuck. For many high achieving teens in particular, the real barrier isn't the work. It's the fear of doing it wrong, the fear of revealing something lacking in yourself. If you're afraid that your effort won't be good enough, it can feel safer not to start at all. For parents, this might look like avoidance, but for the teen, it's all about protection from shame or failure. When fear or perfectionism takes over, the emotional part of the brain can shut down the thinking part. That's why it's so hard to just start or just try. If you're a teen, this isn't your fault. If you're a parent, your teen isn't ignoring you. They're emotionally flooded. Here's a strategy I teach often. Do a bad version on purpose. I need you to trust me on this. And yes, I might get a little dramatic because this really works. Teens, I want you to summon all of your rebellious energy and make the worst possible version you can of this assignment. That's right. Write the ugliest, messiest, most ridiculous sentence you can think of. Don't just write a rough draft, write a wreck it on purpose draft. And parents, you can even make it a challenge. Like, hey, bet you can't write a worse intro sentence than, I have no idea what I'm doing on this and I hate this assignment. And by the way, that is actually a good intro sentence to start this technique with. Because here's the deal. Your brain is locked in perfection mode. It's Your brain is thinking that starting means judgment. But if you start with the intention to fail fabulously, you take away its power. And here's the beautiful part. Once that bad version exists, you've broken the hardest barrier, the barrier of getting started. Because you can't revise something that isn't real. You can't fix what doesn't exist. But once it's on the page, ugly, chaotic, awkward, it becomes raw material. And raw material can be shaped. Remember, it doesn't have to be good, it just has to exist. That's the secret. And somehow announcing that you're doing a bad version on purpose, for example, titling the page, My Bad Version on Purpose, makes it easier to give yourself that permission. Great work starts as bad work that someone had the courage to begin. This works because it turns a high stakes situation into a low stakes situation. It tells the brain, this isn't scary, you're just playing around. That drop in pressure can reactivate executive functioning and help teens get unstuck. Once you're in motion, executive functioning comes back online. So the takeaway is that procrastination is not a character flaw. Teens, if you procrastinate, you're not lazy. You're not broken. You might just need new tools. And parents, your teen isn't trying to fail. They're asking for support the only way their brain knows how. With patience and the right strategies, you both can move forward with more confidence. Thanks for being here. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Focus Forward with Dr. Beasley. Every week, I share videos for parents and teens that break down executive functioning, motivation, procrastination, and how to work with your brain, not against it. I also do live classes, self-paced video courses, and one-on-one tutoring in OutSchool. The link is in the description. So thanks for being here and so long for now. See you next week.